Hi everyone and welcome back to Chess for Charity. In this video, I'm going to show you another example of the ultimate blunder, that is resigning in a winning position. So in this position, white resigned. They were very afraid of queen takes h3 mate, so they didn't see a way to stop it, so they resigned the game. My question to you, can you find the winning idea for white? It's kind of complicated, but now that you know there's a winning idea, maybe that'll help you find it. Take a second, figure it out, see what you can come up with. While you're thinking about that, let me ask you to subscribe if you have not yet already. Half of the income I earn in this channel goes directly to charity, so every like, every subscriber helps us out so much. All right. So like I said before, what's the threat? If you play a nothing move, the threat is mate because you have a lot of coverage here. So you don't want that. Maybe you're thinking, hey, this bishop's hanging, so if I take this bishop and they take here, I'm still safe, right? Well, like, yeah, that's true, that if you take here and they take there, however, they wouldn't do this, right? This would be a draw, by the way. It would be a perpetual check. King can never get out. Instead, they would not take on h3. What would they do? Well, this rook is now unprotected because you just left the back rank. So they would take here. And white is certainly losing this position. Something like this as an example. b5, right? Maybe there's some forks in the road coming up soon. It's not so clear. But it's definitely a win for black. Like, it's not clear what the next move is, but it's clearly a win. Okay. So we ruled out b3 because of the threat. We ruled out taking this. What about just going into the endgame and just trying to see if you can hold it together? That was one thing I thought. So if you play rook e8 and the king comes out and you just sacrifice this rook for bishop this way, you can kind of hold it together because of this sequence and you're defending this square. And it looks kind of nice because you're protecting this pawn finally. You're defending against the checks. So, like, nice. But it's still kind of not working because they can play queen f2. They're hitting this pawn if this knight ever moves. They're attacking this rook if this knight ever moves. And by the way, they're threatening queen f1 check, which would fork the knight and the king. So there's a lot to work out there, right? The computer is saying something like knight e5, get the king to move, and then play knight g3, kind of hold it all together, defend and attack. Like, sure, but after you take this, look at those pawns. You have all these 5 pawns, a queen. I just feel like this is kind of easier for the queen, right? You have a lot of threats of forks, right? If any time the knight moves, there are forks everywhere. Plus, this pawn is a little weak. This pawn's next. Hopefully you see the idea. Okay, so what is the idea? What is the answer? So this is my last pause before I show you the answer. I will give you a hint. So the first hint is you'd love to play this move. You'd love to play rook e3, defending this. However, as I'm sure you know, this bishop can just simply take that rook, and that's not fun. So maybe there's a way to finesse your way into that move. That's my hint. Okay, what is the actual move? So the way to win this is rook e8. Great. Now they have to move forward. And because they're on the d file now, this pin exists, which means this bishop can't move. Now you can drop back. Rook e3. Isn't that such a nice, slick sequence? Defending this pawn. Now you might say, Frank, wait a second here. This is not winning. I can just move my queen. You defended mate, but how is this winning? Like, what's the idea? And I would say, I like your idea, but let's go through more moves. Let's say you play queen f4, right? Queen h4, whatever you want. You want to defend this bishop, right? So you're probably going to one of these two squares. I guess you could go here. So what's the move now? Again, not so simple. And to see this whole sequence from the very beginning is challenging. The move, it involves this rook. Rook takes d4. What? How is this happening? You can just take this, right? Well, you pretty much have to. If not, you're going to lose your queen. So, okay, I take it. Now what's the move? How do I win this? How does white, win? Do you see the idea? I'll give you a hint. Look at this square. Look at this square. And maybe look at this knight. Is that a hint? The first move is rook d3, pinning this queen to the king. And after this exchange, black has no more pieces. They have 5 pawns. Again, this is not an easy win. I'm sure if I played against Magnus Carlsen in this position, I would lose and I'd be down 5 queens. But again, it's better than being lost. It's better than resigning. And like I said, there's still more work to be done. Like the computer is saying c5, like knight f2. Yeah, this is a hard game to win against a supercomputer, but 2 people of equal level, maybe you can grind out the win. So going all the way back, do you see how it all ties together? You want to defend this pawn on h3. You can't just play rook e3 right away because it hangs the rook. So you first insert this nice move, forcing the king to the d file, right? Super nice. Then you play rook e3, and no matter where the queen goes, you're going to win. I didn't show queen g7, but it's even better for white if this move is played. You can first play this check, and there's a lot more stuff coming. So if you want to look at that variation, feel free. The computer is saying best defense is like this. So just take a second, look at that. A lot of stuff happening. They're saying c6, rook f4. Like, come on. It looks rough. But I love the sequence of letting the queen defend the bishop, sacrificing both rooks. Look at that. Amazing. And now winning from here. Did you find it? Right in this position, you were told that there was a winning move. That's a pretty long sequence, right? 1 move, 2 moves, and then what is 3? Like, there's a lot. So, do I want to count them? Not really. But there's a lot. 1, 2, right? We can keep going. I don't need to count them. Anyway, you get the idea. So, if you found it, let me know in the comments. It's a lot of fun. It's great to hear what people think this is. Is it really hard? Was it really easy? Did you know to look for this kind of move because you knew it was a puzzle? It's hard to disguise these because I'm showing them as puzzles, so you know to look for something. But yeah, let me know. It's a lot of fun reviewing them, so it's great to see what people think. But yeah, that is it for the video. Thanks so much. Bye.